to be the role model, to be respected. I think that is very important. So the ideal, the university education in my mind always been, first thing is most important is a fellowship. Okay, fellowship is more important. Fellowship, some of you may think is a discipleship or others. It simply just means the interactive ways of the learning and the teaching between the faculty and the students. You know, I basically still think this kind of classical way of the teaching and the education and the learning still the best way in the education. So how are we going to enable such a possibility even in today's environment? You know, because the American ways of setting the university as a departments and these colleges, these are the academically, scholarly, actually non-existent. There's not there. You know, knowledge itself is the one common solid. You know, the cluster they should be all in connected together. It's nothing that can be partitioned. Many of the students that come to UCLA and they come to see me saying, Professor Chang, I want to join your group. The reason I want to learn circuit design from you. I say, I'm very sorry here. The only thing I don't teach is the circuit design. You know, circuit design is your own responsibility. We design chips, that's true. But the design chips has many other things to learn. The first thing is learn how to define and scope the problem. The other thing is how to, under this definition of the problem, then we find out what is the way to solve the problem. You can solve the problem either physically or chemically or whatever, even with the literature or the other things, will be fine as long as you can solve the problem. But the only thing that we don't teach in the class and you should learn yourself is circuit design. Okay, so that is simply what I think. So I would think the education itself in the Chinese, we tend to think that the 教育, 教 means teaching and 育 means education. I would say education is more important just than the lecturing, and I believe the fellowship, the discipleship is more important than any of the classroom, the lecturing or teaching, because the simple, the classical ways is the one directional, unidirectional. The lecturing really is the most ineffective things. The students today, they can sit in the class, then they can play with their phones and pads or whatever. The only thing they don't do is they don't listen to you. So therefore, in terms of the effectiveness of the lecturing is really in great doubt. So therefore, I would say the ideal university education is, first to learn is very important, is to learn to rejoice. Yeah, in Chinese we call the 学而能乐. You know, learn to question and define a problem. You know, so therefore I say it's the 学而能问, 学而能论. You know, learn how to express oneself. That's very important. Learn to create and innovate. The creativity and the innovation actually is not identical things. Although you check the Oxford Dictionary, you may think they're similar things, but it's quite different. So later I'll try to explain that to you on that. But I think we need both creative and innovative. You know? Learn to team, learn to execute, learn to self-respect and respect others, and learn to use the tools with a lifetime mindset. You know? And in Chinese, you know, I put into the proverb of 48 Chinese characters. Yeah, it's written here. I say 学而能乐. It's obvious. 学而能问, 学而能论, 学而能创, 学而能群, 学而能行, 学能自尊, 学能自省, 学能自爱, 学能爱人, 学用工具, 终身能学. I think it's a lifetime learning is the only way that we can enable. We can teach today's students. If we equip them well, they can learn in their lifetime. I think that's the most important. So this is also quite consistent when you contrast that with the so-called United Nations, the higher education, the objectives, which says learn to be. You know, that's important. Of course, every one of us like to learn to know ourselves, learn our directions. Learn to know the knowledge, of course, that's important. Learn how to learn how to use the tools. So therefore, we are equipped to learn. and learn how to deal with others, learn to team. Yeah, so this is also very concise. I like that also very much, you know.